Aloha, welcome to Live Yoga channel. It's Thursday, September 3rd, and we are live in our living room. I'm Tara, this is Evan, and earlier this year we began gifting these yoga sessions, sharing our yoga practice with the world because we want to come together as best we can to support each other in what we like to call mental hygiene. We know that this classical Hatha yoga practice helps to not only unwind the body and all of its tensions, but to also relax the mind. And our teacher, Yogi Charu, reminds us that when we practice yoga, this is an effort to make the mind our best friend. So we very much appreciate that. I do. And I'd love to lead today and to be up front. I'm sorting through a vulnerable injury. I hurt myself, so I may be going a little bit slower today, which could be helpful. It could show you some modifications that work in this practice. So thank you so much for joining us, and we'll go ahead and get started. So find a comfortable cross-legged position on your mat. Roll the shoulders up and back. Feel those sits bones. I like to move the excess flesh away from the sits bones. Feel myself really plug in to the mat and then the earth below. Go ahead and let's close our eyes. Gently tilt the chin down slightly. Feel the length of the spine so that you feel connected to the earth below. And as you breathe, you can feel the back of your spine elongate all the way towards the sky. And just let that breath become your awareness, inhaling and exhaling out of the nostrils. First, gifting yourself appreciation for the moments that it took to roll the mat out, make this happen, commit to this time for you. Thank you, thank you. And then next, let's begin to draw length in the inhalation so that we really feel that body grow big, expand in all of the spaces. And then when you get to the top of that inhalation, hold the breath. Let that swirl around inside of the body temple. And then exhale long and slowly through the nostrils, feeling the body return to wholeness. Continue this for a few rounds, feeling the expansion and contraction of your beautiful human aquarium. We're 2 days after the full moon, and we utilize this breath, these postures, this practice to harmonize the waters in our body, the fluids, the blood, all of the systems. So after this next exhalation, open the eyes. We'll move to Kapalabhati, skull shining breath. So this is a forceful exhalation through the nose, and that's what we'll focus on. The inhalation kind of happens on itself, so that's why we call it a passive inhalation. Now note that as you're exhaling through the nose forcefully, you're also drawing back that belly button. It's going to draw back towards the spine, okay? So we'll start slowly at my pace, and then we'll speed up. Inhale, exhale, 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 exhale. Exhale, 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 hold. Inhale, half lung of breath, half lung of air. Draw the shoulders up to the ears, draw the belly button back towards the spine. I take my hands and press them into the thighs. Close the eyes, take the gaze in between the eyebrows, and then draw up those perineum muscles as if you're preventing yourself from using the bathroom. Hold that energy through the body. We're building prana here. And then release when you need the breath. Inhale slowly. Exhale. We'll do this one more time. Inhale, half lung of air. Pause. Draw the shoulders up to the ears. Press the hands into the thighs. Draw that belly button back towards the spine. Tuck the chin. Close the eyes. Look up through the eyebrow center. Release when you need the breath. Take a nice, long, deep inhalation. Exhale slowly. Return the breath to normal. Next, we'll move to yoga for the eyes. So keeping the head, neck, and shoulders straight, we're stretching only the eyeballs. So the eyes are open. Inhale. On an exhale, look down, look up, look down, look up, look down, look up, center. Another breath in. Exhale, look far right, look far left, look far right, far left, far right, far left, center. Another breath in. Exhale, look down, look far right, look up, far left, look down, center. Another breath in. Exhale, look down, look far left, look up, far right, look down, center. Now instead of stretching the eyes, we're going to focus the eyes. So bring the right hand up, shoulder height, index finger pointed, shoulder height, the elbow is extended. We're going to take our gaze to the fingernail. On an inhale, keep the gaze soft, bend the elbow and draw the finger to the nose. Exhale, take it back out. When the elbow is straight, look past the finger. Bring your gaze back to the finger. Inhale, try not to blink the eyes. No hard and fast rules. Exhale. Stretching the rods, the cones, and the retinas. Inhale. Exhale. When the arm is stretched out, look past the fingers. Release the hands. We're going to build heat in our hands. So we're going to take our palms together and rub them together swiftly, building up lots of prana. We're going to cup our right hand over our right eye. We'll cup our left hand over our left eye. Open the eyes and stare into the darkness of the palms, trying to not let any light into the palms. Your breath is gentle through the nostrils. We're bringing prana, life force, to the eyes. We spend so much time in front of these screens, so we're bringing lots of energy. Healthy eyes. Go ahead and release the hands. Let's interlace the hands. Stretch them out and then up, opening the palms up towards the ceiling to your degree. Trying to bring the arms parallel to the ears as best as can. Your breath is long and steady. Activating the Ujjayi breath in the back of the throat. It feels slightly constricted. You should sound like an ocean. The face is soft. And we utilize this breath and the feedback we get from our face. We can tell that if we're straining in our face or in our breath, that we're trying too hard, and we can back off. Take it back a little bit. However, if we find that throughout our practice today that we're soft in the face and we're feeling strong and our breath is long and slow, then we can take it a little bit further. That's when we utilize the breath as our tool. So is that yellow thing on the screen?
Release us so I can check.
So then we'll go ahead and release the hands. Back of the hands touch. Evan's going to check on something on the screen. We're going to cross the right hand over the left. We'll draw the arms into the chest and then out as far as possible. The lighting up top.
It's nothing to do with the lighting. It's in the stream. If you guys are on and for some reason you can't get the stream, let me know and I'll try and reset, but it seems like we're going, so it's going to take them a minute to get there. The stream is back.
Okay.
I don't want to open anything.
And then we'll release and we'll switch to the other side. Do you mind adjusting the lighting a little bit up there? It's different. It's hard to
Okay.
see.
Go ahead. Takes a minute.
Acknowledging that each side may feel a little bit different. Good job. Yeah, just turn that on. Go ahead and release, shake it out. Thank you so much, Evan.
Yoga for the toe.
So let's go ahead and stretch out the legs straight from the hips. Toes are pointing up towards the ceiling. We're going to do yoga for the toes. So we're going to bend only the toes, okay? For 1 release, 2 release, 3 release, 4 release, 5 release, 6 hold. Go ahead and take the right leg and cross it over the left. We're going to interlace our toes, just like we did our fingers. 1 toe, 2 toes. Perhaps you've been trying this and you're getting better at it. When you get to where you are, 1 toe is just fine. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. What this is doing is activating our sciatic nerve, and it's waking up our mula bandha. This is our root chakra. And release. We'll go to the other side. It may be easier on this side, it may not. And in the spirit of the yogis, we do what we can today, and we visualize seeing us doing it perfectly. We say maybe next week, maybe next month. Squeeze the toes. And release. Warming up the ankles. We're going to go forward and backwards for 1 release, 2 release, 3, 4, 5, 6, and hold. Let's make circles clockwise with the ankles. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Opposite way. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Warming up the knees. So we're gonna take our elbows underneath of the knees. Draw the chest upright. We'll make circles with our knees. First 1, 2. The light is bad. Opposite way. I can't even see myself. And then we'll switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Opposite way. Warming up from the ankles to the knees. Now we're going up to the quads and the psoas. We're going to come up to the top of the mat. Our right foot is in towards our left thigh. Our left heel is close towards our left thigh. And then we're going to walk back first on our hands. Just seeing how comfortable this might be. You might come down onto your forearms. It may feel good to bring the top of your head down onto the mat. You also may feel drawn to go completely down onto the floor with your arms up overhead. Yogi's choice here. Should feel relieving. Long, slow breaths here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, we'll come up. We're going to switch sides, honoring that it may feel totally different on this side, and that's okay. So taking our time, first leaning back onto our palms, Then maybe our forearms. Letting the head and neck relax back. And receive here. Long, slow breaths. And one. We'll begin to inhale. Draw the hands back towards by your hips. Help the body upright. And then we're going to come all the way up into a standing position. At the front of your mat, feet together, roll the shoulders up and back. Thank you. We learn every day. So closing our eyes and just feeling the body as it is standing here. And let's connect to the beautiful sun. Remembering the last sunrise or sunset you've gotten to bear witness. And just before we get started in our Surya Namaskars, our sun salutes, let us pay respect and gratitude for all the gifts that we receive from the sun each day. Inhale, open the eyes. Exhale, bring the hands to prayer position at the heart. Inhale, take the arms up overhead. Reach up, look up. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the waist. This is the first stretch of the day. Let's take our time here. Feel out the body. Pressing down powerfully underneath the feet into the mat, bringing balance. Letting the head and neck just hang, and letting your arms come to where it feels good. That might be the shins, the back of the ankles. Your fingertips may reach the floor. Please don't overstretch right now. We're early in our practice. You may have the privilege to bring your palms all the way down to the earth. And if that's the case, you can take your fingers and place them backwards and begin to walk your hands back towards your ankles. Feel the length in the hamstrings, the calves. Press the back of the knees back evenly. Long, steady breath here. And as you exhale, visualize the chest coming closer towards the thighs and the top of the skull reaching down towards the top of the feet. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knees slightly. Bring the hands back to cup, back on either side of the feet. We're going to inhale. Take that left knee back. Drop the top of the foot. Draw the shoulders up and look up. The right knee is balancing in the center of our body. We're pressing down powerfully underneath of our right foot and the top of our left foot. Gaze is up towards the ceiling. Our breath is long and slow. For 3, 2, and 1. Return the hands to the mat. Tuck the toes. And then exhale. Take that right leg back to meet the left. Lift the hips up towards the sky. Coming into our first mountain pose, also known as down dog here in the West. So let's take our time here. Lift up into our tippy toes. And then reach both heels down towards the earth. It's okay if the heels don't touch the earth, just imagining so. Pressing down powerfully through our palms, pressing back through the knees towards the wall. Our hips are lifting up towards the sky, as if I have a fish hook in your low back and we're drawing those sits bones up towards the ceiling. Exhale completely. We're going to drop to our knees, chest and chin. 8-limb pose, so that we've got our 2 hands, our 2 feet, our 2 knees, our chest and our chin are on the mat. Our elbows are in close to the body, and our gaze is down the nose. Breath is steady. Exhale, drop the belly to the mat. Extend the feet back behind us. Bring your forearms to the mat. Inhale, draw the chest through the arms. Look on up. Exhale. Bring the hands underneath of the shoulders, tuck the toes, press into the hands, lift the hips, coming back into your mountain pose. Body's starting to warm up here. Long and steady in the breath. Inhale, take the left foot up in between the hands. Drop the right knee and the top of the foot. The shoulders come up. Look up. Open the palms towards the front of the room. Look as far back as you can on the ceiling without straining the breath. So the left knee is balancing in the center of the body. The top of the right foot and the right knee is helping to stabilize as well. We're waking up the body here, utilizing our breath, the wind, and to make space and open up the earth elements in our body, the Grankies from our sleep. Exhale, take the hands to the mat. We'll bring our right foot up to meet the left and forward fold. Should feel the body starting to loosen here. You may be able to stretch a little bit more. Being mindful, bringing the hands towards the earth. If you can bring the palms to the earth and you walk your hands back, you can begin to bend the elbows. Exhale completely. Inhale, bring the hands together. Coming up overhead, reach up, reach back, look up. Exhale, come back through prayer position. Release the hands. Close the eyes. We'll do the same thing on the other side this time. A little more swift with moving with the breath. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands to prayer position, open the eyes. Inhale, take the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, take the right leg back. Drop the knee. Look up. Exhale, forward. Tuck the toes. Take that left leg back to meet the right. Drop to the knees, chest and chin. Inhale, slide on through and come on up into Cobra or up dog, whatever works for you this morning. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, exhale, press that chest back to down dog. Inhale, the right foot in between the hands, drop the left knee and the left foot. Bring the shoulders up, look up. Exhale, bring the hands back to the floor. Bring the left foot up to meet the right, forward fold. Inhale, take the arms up overhead, look up. Exhale, come back through prayer position. Release the hands. Close the eyes and notice the heartbeat. Notice the shoulders are feeling a little more aligned as we're warming up here. The hips are more even. The kneecaps are more even. The capillaries around the fingertips and the toes are activated. You can feel the energy. With our eyes closed and our gaze in between the eyebrows center, let's take our awareness to the beautiful full moon energy. We're coming down on, we are day 2, the morning after the full moon in Pisces. There's been a lot of emotions and feeling and healing happening all across. Giving thanks to the powers of the moon and how it impacts the earth and moves the tides in the oceans. We honor. This happens inside of our human organism as well, and our waters, our fluids are impacted by the moon. We practice Chandra Namaskar to give gratitude and praise to this incredible celestial body that impacts our life so much. Doing the same as before, changing only the 4th and 9th postures. Inhale. Exhale, open the eyes, bring the hands to prayer position. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. On an inhale, take the left leg back, drop the knee, hands to prayer position at the heart. I like to make a steeple and draw that up overhead. So we're in a crescent moon pose. We're looking up, our gaze is up on the ceiling. Our breath is steady. Three, 2, and 1. Exhale, release, tuck the back toes. Take the right leg back to meet the left. Spend a few breaths here. Pressing powerfully into those palms and into those feet. Inhale. Exhale. Drop to the knees, chest, and chin. Elbows are in tight. Inhale. Slide on through into cobra or up dog. If you're starting to feel the back open up, the butt is soft. Yeah, I know that. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, press the chest back. Exhale.
That's the left one.
Inhale, take the left foot up in between the hands. Drop the knee, drop the top of the foot. Bring the hands to prayer position overhead. Release the hands, tuck the back right toes on an inhale. Bring that right foot up to meet the left, forward fold. Let everything hang here. It should feel good. Tuck the chin in towards the chest. Looking at that belly button. Inhale, take the hands together. Draw the body upright, drawing the arms up overhead. Exhale, back through prayer position. Release the hands. We'll do the same thing other side with breath. Inhale. Exhale, prayer position. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right foot back. Drop the knee and the top of the foot. Bring the hands to prayer position. Crescent moon. Exhale, release the hands. Tuck the toes. Take the left foot back to meet the right. Mountain pose. Drop to the knees, chest and chin. Keep the breath out. And then inhale, slide on through into your version of cobra or up dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Exhale, press that chest back towards the thighs. Mountain pose. Inhale, the right foot up in between the hands. Drop the knee and the top of the foot. Bring the hands to prayer all the way up overhead. Exhale, the hands to either side of that front foot. Bring the left foot up to meet the right. Forward fold. Inhale, the arms up overhead. Exhale, prayer position. Release the hands, close the eyes. Take your awareness and introspect. Find the heartbeat. Visualize the heart in the middle of the chest, about the size of your fist. Beating, ventricles are pumping blood from the fresh breath that the lungs are bringing in and sending that fluid, that energy to the heart, and then the heart is taking this fresh prana to every system and organ and cell in our body, giving thanks for our heart. It's been with us since day 25 in the womb. It's our oldest friend. We hardly think about it. Thank you, heart. Let's open our eyes, shake out the hands and feet. Let's move into our first yoga asana. We're going to come into chair pose. We're going to bring our feet together. We'll begin to just sit back, bend the knees, as if you're sitting in a chair. The hands are in prayer position, and then they go up overhead. You can keep them in steeple, or you can have them parallel to one another. No hard or fast rules, whatever works for you. The gaze, as you continue to bend your knees, your gaze is up at the ceiling in between the eyebrows. The face is soft. And in the final pose, the breath is slow and steady. Pressing down into your feet, lift the toes up off the mat, just the toes, for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale up. Exhale, release the hands back behind you. Interlace the hands. Draw the shoulders down and the hands back. Inhale, fold forward. Take those hands up towards the ceiling. Dvikasana. Counterbalance from the stress of the chair pose. Looking towards your navel for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale Let's do twisted chair. First, we're going to bring all sorts of loving intention and energy to our stomach. So similar to chair pose, now we're going to add a twist. So bringing the hands into prayer position. Inhale. As you exhale, begin to bend the knees. And then we're going to take the left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Twist from the base of the spine. Take the right shoulder, open it up towards the ceiling. Look up, and then take a second to glance down at your feet and see that your head and neck are in alignment with your feet. Taking your gaze back up towards the ceiling and then bending the knees to sit down a little bit further. You can stay here, or you can open up and take the left hand, keeping that left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Take the hand to the earth. Take the right hand up towards the sky and open your chest a little bit more. You can stay here, or you can find your bind, opening up that heart center. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll release, we'll come out gracefully, bringing our hands back to prayer. Take a long, slow breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Bring the breath back to center. Same thing the other side, bringing energy to our loving liver, the hardest working organ inside the body. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees. Take the right elbow on the outside of the left knee. Press into the palms. Begin to twist from the belly and look up. You can stay here, or you can take the right hand, keeping that elbow in tight on the outside of the left knee. You can bring the hand to the earth and take the left hand up towards the ceiling. You can stay here or bend the elbow, taking that left hand on the outside of your right hip, and then opening up from the shoulder a little bit more, looking up towards the sky. For 3, 2, and 1. Release the pose, coming back from prayer. Next, we'll do table. Inhale the arms up overhead. Our feet are together. Our body is long and strong. We're going to hinge at the waist and fold forward, keeping our head and neck. Our ears are parallel to the side arms. You can keep your hands in steeple, or you can bring the hands parallel. You want to be in a flat back. You're looking directly down at the earth from the nose. Pressing back powerfully through the fingers, all the way through your sits bones. Draw the belly button up towards the spine. Feel strong in your sides bodies. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay here, bend the knees, bring the hands to prayer position. We're going to bring our weight onto our left foot and take our right foot back behind us. Pressing through the heel on the back wall behind us. You can keep your hands here. If you have a neck, back, or shoulder injury, you can also take your hands back, reaching them towards the back of the room. If you don't have a neck and back injury and you want to bring your arms up overhead, you can bring them in a steeple position, pointing towards the front of the room, or parallel. Yogi's choice. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands to prayer. Staying steady on that left foot. Bring that right foot through. All the way. You want to bring those toes up. We want to line them up with that hip bone. Saying hello, femur. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Staying here, we're going to take the inside foot. We're going to find our tree pose. You can take it on your shin or your inner thigh, just not your knee, please. And then find the variation that works for you. Bringing your hands up overhead. You can let your tree branches sway. And release. This time, let's go ahead and we'll line up our feet just underneath of our hips. We're going to bend both of our knees and bring the weight into the right foot. Our hands are starting up prayer. We're going to bend forward and send that left leg back behind us, keeping our hips and shoulders square. Activating, feeling strong and balanced on that right leg. It's okay to wobble. It's okay to fall. Smile at yourself. And then let's find the variation that works for you. Maybe your arms are back. Maybe they're up towards, reaching up towards the front of the room. Your breath is steady. Your face is calm. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands back through prayer. Draw that left leg up through center and back towards the front of the wall. The toes are pointing up. Trying to lift that leg just a little bit higher. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and find your variation of tree today, whether that's in your thigh or your shin. Find what works for you. For 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release. Shake it out. We're going to come taking our feet to the outer edges of the sticky mat. Let's do swaying tree to release. Open up the side body. We'll inhale, both arms up. Take the right hand to the left wrist. Take the left hip out to the side and draw that left wrist overhead to the side. Look up to the ceiling past the left armpit and then slightly draw that right armpit more forward than the left. For 5, 4, 3, 2, pull, 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 and 1. Switch sides. Take that left hand to the right wrist, draw up. Take the right hip out to the side. Pull over. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the hands. Shake it out. Next, we'll bring our feet about 5 inches from one another. We're going to inhale, open up. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the waist. You may grab on at your shins, your ankles. You may bend your knees. We're trying to get the palms underneath of the feet here. So if you need to bend your knees to do that, that's okay. And then begin to straighten out the legs and press into those beautiful hands. If you have the privilege of having your hands totally underneath of your feet, then you can take those toes and massage your wrists. But if your feet are barely touching your fingers or the tops of your palms, that's okay. Staying where you are, soft in the face. For 3, 2, and 1. Release. We're going to bend the knees. And if you're holding on to your shins, stay there. For everybody else, we're going to take our peace fingers. We're going to wrap them around our big toes. We're going to press down into the mat. We're going to inhale and look up towards the wall in front of us. We're We're getting an upper back bend here. Breathing steadily. And then see what feels good for you. Perhaps you can see where the floor and the wall in front come together. Perhaps you can look a quarter way up the wall in front of you. Perhaps halfway up the wall in front of you. Perhaps all the way up the wall to where the ceiling and the wall come together. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Exhale, release. Let's go ahead and walk our feet back. We'll meet in Parvottanasana, mountain pose. Go ahead and bend the right knee and take the left heel to the earth. Press powerfully through the right palm. Let the head and neck hang. Inhale up to both toes. Draw the right heel towards the earth. Press powerfully through the left palm, straightening the elbow. Inhale, both feet up. Exhale, draw both heels down towards the earth. Notice how one heel wants to reach the mat more than the other. Try and reach both heels evenly. Notice that the backs of the knees want to reach the wall, one more than the other. Try and press the back of both knees evenly. Press powerfully through your palms. Take the inner elbows so they're facing one another. Inhale the left leg up, keeping the hips square so that the big toe is in alignment with the center of the body. Press powerfully through that left palm. The head and neck are soft. Inhale, lift the leg a little bit further. Exhale, swing it on through. We're going to take the back toes, bring the heel to the earth, and the toes are at about 2 o'clock. We're going to come up into Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. So the effort here is finding that 90 degree in the front left leg. And this is going to be different in every body and in every practice. So that's where we're efforting. And then we're bringing the hips and shoulders square. And we're gripping the back of the mat. My toes are turned in. And so I have strength on my foot. And I feel solid in my, in my foundation. We'll bring the arms up overhead. You can have your arms parallel or steeple position. Bend into that front knee and then bring that right armpit slightly more forward than the left. The gaze is up towards the ceiling in between the eyebrow center. Shambhali Mudra. In the final pose, the breath is steady. And 1. Inhale, we're going to open on up into Virabhadrasana 2. I have to adjust my back foot so that I can have my hips and shoulders parallel to the side wall now. I draw my arms out. We're still going for that 90-degree bend. But this time the front heel is perpendicular to the arch of my back foot. That's helpful for the sacrum. Go ahead and glance back at the right fingertips to make sure that we're in alignment with the front. And then look off into infinity for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fearless warrior, take that right hand up to meet the left. Keep the belly from collapsing on that front thigh, but we're leaning forward. We're looking up to the ceiling in between those hands. Smiling at the shake of the leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Left palm on the inside of the left foot. Inhale the right arm up, twist towards the sky. This should feel really good, and if you want to walk your right foot back a little bit more so you can sink deeper, it feels juicy. You can stay here, or you can take that right elbow and bend it, taking the left hand underneath of that left thigh and find your fingers and then interlace them in your bind. Open up that heart for 3, 2, and 1. Release the hands, drop the knees. We're going to heel toe, coming into Kandanyasa. So take our hands underneath of our shoulders. We're going to bring the weight of the body. We're going to walk our right knee back some and keep some support on the knee and the back foot. We're going to bend our elbows and lift up from the back knee and bring the weight. We're going to tuck that left elbow into our left thigh, our right elbow into our right hip, and then we're going to play with the balance here. A is for attempt. Give it your best try. And then when you feel complete and you've done your efforting, we're going to press back into our favorite version of Balasana or Child's Pose. Your knees can be wide. You can let your belly hang. Bring your forehead towards the earth. Inhale long and slow. Exhale slowly through the mouth. And then let the breath come back to normal. Bringing our awareness to the skin, the largest organ of the body. Perhaps you can feel your skin perspiring by now. Where we're drawing from the elements, the heat of the rajas of our efforting. We're efforting and we're bringing warmth and we're heating the fluids of the body. And we're changing the fluids of the body and we're getting our organs to pump fluid and detox the body. Our skin opens up and we perspire. We're moving water out from the body. Thank you, body. We return to our mat. To let the body heal itself. What a fascinating specimen. Giving thanks to our skin and the processes of perspiring so that we can heal. When you're ready, and only when you're ready, we'll meet back up in mountain pose so we can harmonize the body on the solar side. Let's take the right leg up and back. The hips and the shoulders are square. The big toe is in alignment with the center of the body. Pressing powerfully through the palms. The head and neck hang. Inhale. Exhale. Take the right foot up in between the hands. Take the left heel to the earth, and the toes are at about 10 o'clock. We're going to lift up into Virabhadrasana 1. Our hips and shoulders are square towards the front of the room. Our arms come up overhead, either parallel or in steeple position, bending in that front knee. Our back foot is active, so we're strong and powerful in our foundation. And then we take that left armpit slightly more forward than the right. Look up. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale. We're going to open up and adjust as needed for your body. Virabhadrasana 2. My hips and shoulders are now facing the opposite wall. I'm bending into that front foot. I glance back at my left fingertips so that I see that I'm in alignment with my front. On an inhale, take the left arm up to meet the right. Avaya Virabhadrasana, fearless warrior. Looking up towards the ceiling. Staying strong and smiling at that shake in the leg for 3, 2, and 1. Take the right hand on the inside of that right foot. Take the left arm up towards the sky. Well, you can wiggle the left foot back a little bit more. You can also bend the left elbow and take the right hand underneath of the right thigh and reach back and find your bind. For 3, 2, and 1. We'll release. Drop the back left knee. Heel toe the right foot up off the mat. We'll walk our hands back underneath the shoulders in a push-up pose. And we'll do Kandanyasa on the other side. I'm going to let Evan demo it. A is for attempt. You can see yourself doing it. Maybe you keep maybe you keep your right knee on the mat. Maybe you play with lifting the left foot. Mastering the pose as you can do both sides. This yogi is a fantastic inspiration. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And after you've tried a few times, let's all meet back into child's pose. Letting the forehead come to the mat. Just let your body receive. Giving thanks to the brain and its intellect, the nervous system, the brain stem, the auditory nerve that allows you to hear these instructions, the intellect of the brain that allows you to make sense of them, and then the movement of the hands and the fingers and the toes and feet and the body parts so that we can experience. Thank you to this beautiful brain. When you're ready, we're going to bring our hands up underneath of our shoulders. We'll inhale and press into our palms and help the body. We're going to come up and prepare for Ustrasana, camel's pose. So we're going to come up onto our knees. Our feet are directly back behind the knees, and we can choose to, let's everybody start with the toes up. And even from this position, we can just reach back on one side, see how it feels. And then let's take our hands to our low back, fingers pressing down. Press into that low back so that we have length in our spine and look up. Now from here, we're pressing our pelvis forward. It should be easier to reach back to that one heel and then maybe the other. If that feels good, then let your head and neck drop back and look towards the other wall. Inhale, we'll come back to the front or to the standing option. And then we'll do it again, this time with, you can stay with your feet up, or you can try with the tops of the feet down. Or you can take child's pose, whatever you'd like. So we'll press again, first into the low back, and then reach. Maybe you can reach the ankles or the heels. For 3, 2, and 1. To come out, we're going to bring our hands to our low back, press into the palms, and then we're going to sit back on our heels, and then bring that forehead to the mat. With the arms down by the waist, palms facing up. Inhale, long, slow breath. Exhale through the mouth. Let the breath return to normal. As you're ready, we'll begin to draw our body upright as you inhale. Bringing the hands underneath of the shoulders, press into the palms. We're going to find our way into a squats pose from here. Get there how you can. It's okay. And it's totally okay if your heels don't touch the ground. Let's come into prayer position. And I like to use my elbows to press my knees away. This helps me sit back further in my squat. You can take the left hand out in front of the left knee at about 10 o'clock. Take the right hand up. Look up. Come back to center. We'll switch sides. Take the right hand, keeping that right shoulder in front of the right knee. Take the left arm up. Exhale, come back to center. From here, we'll practice crow pose. We'll take our hands to the earth in push-up position, and we'll bring the knees to the outside part of our triceps, or just on top of the shoulder, or on top of the elbows. If you've mastered the pose, you can play with both sides. You can go directly into headstand if you wish, but I would like you to practice where you are. If you don't have headstand in the middle of the room, hold off. We'll do some inversions shortly. So go ahead and try crow a few times, building the balance, building the trust. It's less muscle and more trust. So you're practicing. So let's keep trying. A is for attempt. Good job, everybody. All right, if you have a baggy shirt and you want to tuck it in your shorts, please do so. If you have a headstand practice in the middle of the room, please feel free to do any variation. For the rest of us, we're going to do shoulder stand. So we're going to come to lying back on our back. We're going to take our arms underneath of our low back. Our elbows are in, and we're like resting on our forearm or on our triceps. We're holding our low back, our fingers are facing towards our feet, and our legs are up towards the sky. Our gaze is in between the big toes at the ceiling. The chin is in towards the chest. The breath is long and steady. This posture reverses our blood flow. If headstand is known as the king pose, shoulder stand, Sarvangasana is known as queen pose. So good for the thyroid and parathyroid. It regulates our hormones. So whether you're in headstand or shoulder stand. Let's go ahead and keep the right leg center and let the left leg come overhead. Inhale back to center and switch. Back to center. And then if you're in headstand, continue to play with variations, letting the legs go wide, or eagle pose. Shoulder stand, let's go ahead and draw both feet towards the floor. Now towards the floor, if your feet do touch the floor, you have the privilege to interlace your hands back behind your back and draw those hands towards the earth. If your feet don't touch the floor, don't worry about it. We're visualizing and we're still feeling that long, luscious stretch of the low back and relief all along the hamstrings. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to bend the knees and let them just come to either side of the ears. It should feel good. Hold on to the back. How slow can you go? One vertebrae at a time. We're gonna peel out of this, just letting our spine return to the earth as gently as we can. Extending those legs long on the mat, the arms to the side. We're going to rock the head from side to side and back to center. And to release the stress from the postures of shoulder stand or headstand, everybody, we're going to do a fish pose. So from where you are lying on your back, we're going to bring the palms just underneath of the bum and palms facing down. We'll bend the elbows and come to rest on the forearms so that the top of the head is on the mat. Bring the bottom set of teeth past the upper set of teeth and breathe. If it feels good to have your toes flexed or pointed, wonderful. If it doesn't feel comfortable, that's all right. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release. Release the palms to either side. Let the head and neck rock from side to side and back to center. Let's hug the left knee into the chest. Release the leg out onto the mat. We'll hug the right knee into the chest. Extend it out onto the mat. We'll go into bridge pose. So we'll bend both knees, bringing the soles of the feet to the earth. You can bring the arms are long alongside your waist. And then inhale, press into the feet, lift the hips up. You can stay here or you can interlace your hands underneath of your back. Your chin is tilted into the chest. You can stay here if you have a full wheel pose and want to take your arms up overhead. Press into those palms, lift the hips all the way up towards the sky. You can play with variations here, coming up onto your tippy toes, lifting one foot then the other. You can do that from bridge or full chakrasana. And as you're ready to come down, do so with loving care. All the way down to the mat. Let's take the left leg and hug it into the chest one more time. We'll take the right hand on the outside of the left knee and help guide that knee towards the right side of the body. Extend the left arm out to the side. If it feels good, look down that left hand. For 3, 2, and 1. Release, come back to center. Bring the sole of the foot to the earth. Extend that left leg. Inhale, tuck that right knee in towards the chest. Should feel good. Take the left hand on the outside of the right knee and help guide that right knee over the left side of the body. Take the right arm, extend it away from you. And if it feels good, look down that right arm. For 3, 2, and 1. Release the leg. Inhale, come back to center. Make any adjustments you need, and then we're going to extend both legs out flat along the mat. Your feet are about a foot, foot and a half, whatever feels good. Let the feet just fall to the side. Let the hands be about 7 or 8 inches away from the hips, palms facing up. Let's come to our favorite yoga posture, Shavasana. We've utilized our efforts, our rajas, to move through these postures. And now we're going to call forth the mode of goodness to let our body relax and receive what the yogis call the medicine from these postures. So this is why we believe it's the most important posture. So stay with us here and let me guide you through. We'll go ahead and lift your left leg up off the body, off the floor. Point and flex that foot 2 inches and release. Lift the right leg 2 inches up off the mat. Point and flex and flop. Squeeze the buttocks. Lift the hips. Draw the belly button together. Squeeze, 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 and release. Inhale, big, all the way up. Fill that chest with breath, all the way up to the shoulders. Just fill the body with air. Open up the mouth and let the body let it out. Take the left hand and make a fist. Lift it up off the mat 2 inches and release. Take the right hand and make a fist. Lift it up off the mat 2 inches and release. Tuck the chin into the chest. Keep the back of the head on the mat. Squeeze, 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 and release. Inhale all up into the face. Squeeze the eyes. Squeeze everything. Open up the mouth and stick out the tongue. Shalambar Mudra, lion's breath. Inhale all the way up to the ears, squeezing every hair on your head. Squeeze everything in the head and face. Squeeze, 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 and release. Let everything relax here. Bringing your awareness to the breath as it moves in and out the nostrils on your upper lip. Notice the temperature, how it changes. Next, with your awareness, And without any effort, just witnessing how the belly button naturally moves up and down with each inhalation and exhalation. Counting backwards from 15 to 1, let's bring our awareness and count. 15 navel up, 15 navel down. 14 navel up, 14 navel down. Continue at your pace all the way to 1. Try not to lose count. Letting the count fall away. Letting everything rest. If you notice thoughts moving through your mind, just let them pass like a cloud. Begin to bring our awareness back into the physical. Inhaling through the nostrils, letting that breath fill this body with fresh life, fresh breath. And as you're ready, and only when you're ready, we'll begin to take each thumb and touch each fingertip. Wiggle the toes. Inhale the arms up overhead and stretch long into this new moment. Exhale and make any movements that feel good for you. Eventually we're going to all meet in fetal position on our right side. Letting our head rest on our right arm as a pillow, and our left hand can place it softly on our belly. Honoring the practice that we get to do, honoring our body for all its functionality we're aware of and often we don't even consider. Really surrounding our body with appreciation. And then let's send some appreciation to the sages and yogis that have passed on these practices, so that in this human form we can stay connected to the earth, the sun, the cosmos, all the celestial bodies, and have a positive experience in our day-to-day. Love and appreciation out to the world. When you're ready, and only when you're ready, we're going to take that top palm, press it into the earth, and help your body come upright, meeting in a comfortable seated position like when we first started. And this time, without comparing or judging, just take witness. With your eyes closed and your shoulders soft, your elbows hanging heavy underneath your shoulders. just acknowledging that the body has transformed. We have utilized the elements, earth, air, water, fire, to transform our human organism. Let's take this goodwill and these beautiful feelings off the mat and share it with our loved ones, friends, people we come into contact with today. Share yoga off the mat. They say that those that practice yoga take on, especially these Surya Namaskars, we take on characteristics of the sun, which are friendly, light. Shine that off the mat today. We'll see you again. What an honor it is to share with you both, with you all. Taking our hands to prayer position. Bowing, the light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste. We're so grateful to be growing and sharing with you here on Live Yoga Channel. Please like the video if you practiced with us. Subscribe, that means the world to us. And also comment, what else would you like to learn from us? We've been doing this, it's helpful for us to share and show up as best we can, even for virtual association that inspires us. And we'd like to grow more and share more. We have lots of ideas, but we want to make sure that it's what you want. So let us know what's working for you and what else you might like to know. Have a beautiful day. So much love and aloha from the Valley of Manoa and the beautiful island of Oahu.